BassResinator here. It's pumpkin filling time. Here is my little 2.5 inch pumpkin mold. Look at this behemoth. Here is the lid of my other pumpkin mold, or from my other pumpkin mold. See how big that is right there? Look at the size of this new one. Oh man. And size difference. This is going to be a 5-inch diameter pumpkin, and it holds quite a bit of resin. Get these little ones out of the way. I already put some flakes in here. They are orange-green flakes, and then in that lid I put a green chrome mica powder. That's from Resin Rockers. The flake is from Let's Resin, and I had some flake left over from there, so I just dumped it on there. Hopefully it didn't get too much down inside, because what I want to do is go an opaque orange. Opaque so that it'll cause this lid to pop, and it'll look like a real pumpkin. I'm going to be using Lone Star Orange paste from Eye Candy. So I'm going to mix up 1 hour resin for this, and this is going to be deep pour. So I'll mix up this one first and get it poured, and I don't know how much is going to go in here. I think I saw somewhere that it said 20 ounces, so we'll see. I may have mixed up a little too much. I don't know, because I don't know how much this holds, so we'll see. Isn't that a pretty orange? Looking rather pumpkin-y to me. I have a little bit left over. I have to figure out something to put it in. I think I'm going to do this now, and I'm going to do the deep pour tomorrow, because I'm running out of daylight. So it's really late. I had symphony chorale practice tonight, and I didn't get home till 10 p.m. Then I needed to go walk this dog, my corgi, and he's about this color, maybe a little darker. But he just turned 13 today. Woo! Come on, ear, fill up. You know what? I can put the last little bit into the top of this little pumpkin. Be nice if I could make it a darker color, but it's starting to get thick. Looking around for a color I can put in with it. You know? I have no idea what this will do, but I do have Shinto Shrine powder. Put a little bit in there and we'll see what happens. At least it'll change it from being straight orange. Orange, you glad I changed? Okay, I need to get this put in there now. It's getting thick. Come on. It reminds me of something around that we have around here called cajeta, which is goat milk that has been caramelized. Oh, it's good. Super sinful. Ooh. Come on, get off there. I'm squeezing, trying to get the air out. But that cajeta is amazing on ice cream as a topper. There's an air bubble right there. There. Good. Well, that's all the finagling I can do with that. He will go no more. Clean off this popsicle stick as best I can. Use a little bit of alcohol on my glove. The gloves I use are rip resistant, industrial strength, double layer, so I can use them a few times before having to change. They don't leak, which is really nice. But got that cleaned off. Got the stick wiped with isopropyl alcohol. There's very little movement in that. So I guess I'm gonna have to make another little pumpkin. Oh, there is an air bubble right there. Oh no, it isn't. That's just the where it where it has a bend in the mold itself, you know, because it's not a straight stem from that pumpkin. It's a curlicue. So let these cure up, and then I'll do this one. I'm gonna go get some sleep so I can wake refreshed and teach my students to get them ready for. I got a concert coming up. I got a contest coming up. Gotta get them ready. Got to get them ready. Young skulls full of mush. Okay, glove coming off. Done with the resin for it now. And I'm not going to use that anymore. That was just for that one pumpkin stem on the little one. So, okay, I'm done talking. I will get back to you when it's time to do the top. I mean, not the top, the bottom part. This thing is huge. Gonna put it in with my other ones, and I'll show you a picture of all of the different sizes I have together. Okay, I'm done talking. I was so excited about this lid, I didn't wait. But it's kind of a darkish, greenish orange on the top. There's the color of the orange that I used. I don't know what happened right there. I must have missed it with the brush when I was putting that green in there, but that chromium green, really cool. And of course, the little corgi. Ta-da. Druzy corgi in the orange. I'm not going to do this guy yet. I've got his stem. That's what I did with this guy. I colored the stem, and then I burnished the lid with those flakes, and I had a little bit of resin, and I just dumped it in the middle just to do that part, the stem part. Oh, you missed it. The stem part. I thought you could see it. And so all I had to fill up was just this little bit with the fast cure. So that worked very well. Now, let's see if I can get this. I mixed up about 10 ounces of deep pour. And I'm going to put it in there. I don't know how much this holds. We'll find out. If I need to make more, I will make more. But if I need to make more, I need to do it right now, because I can see it barely coming up on the edge. I think I'm going to need to make more. Need to make more now so that the colors, if I'm off a little bit, that they will blend together and not be this one color orange and then a stripe and then another color orange. Looks like I need to make twice that much. Okay, well, now I know. 20 ounces in this, in the pumpkin itself, not the lid. Okay, I will do that right now. Okay, got 10 more ounces mixed up. Oh, this is what I was thinking. 10 ounces is a little too much. So, it's a big too much. So this lid, I'm going to pour another lid. I dusted green stem, but this time I'm going to go with an orange lid. So if I don't like that one that's burnished, I can use this one. And I still have some, so I got this other little pumpkin. Goodness. So that takes about 15 or 16 ounces. Okay.
I still have a little bit left over. That's too much for a corgi. Bum, 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 bum. How about my little ducky mold? Now this, I have to squeeze out the beak or the bill area so he doesn't get a bubble on his chin of his beak. Well, if he gets an air bubble on the beak, I guess I will have to look at that. Perfect. Very little left in the container. I'll just set that a little bit. See if I can put some more in here. Okay, I'll see you when it's unmolding. Got enough orange here? I took the pumpkins out into the garage to let them try and cure out there, because I have another part of this project that I wanted to do in here so that I could film it. The pumpkins were tacky enough so that I wasn't going to spill them, so they're out baking in the garage. This may look very odd to you, and that is okay. I'm gonna make a noise real quick, just a second. I see a little, that was me getting some tape. I don't know what right there. A little goober of some sort. If you look at this and you have a really good imagination, you can think back into the 60s if you are old enough. And Charles Schulz had a series of comics that he drew, and they were called Peanuts, where we feature Snoopy and Charlie Brown and Lucy and all the rest. Well, in their Halloween special, they had specials for every, they had one for Thanksgiving, one for Christmas, one for Halloween. The Halloween one is called It's a Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. Do you understand where I'm going with that big pumpkin as opposed to the smaller ones? Okay, so that's the Great Pumpkin. One of the things they did, they all dressed, most of them dressed up as ghosts, except for Lucy. She dressed up like a witch. But all of them just took a sheet and cut holes out for the eyes. And Charlie Brown, in all his insipidness, ended up cutting way too many holes. So these are, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour a very thin layer of resin. I'm going to use the 1 hour cure, and after about a half hour I'm going to come back and I'm going to try and loosen it up out of here. And then let me move these out of the way so you can see what I'm going to do. I have underneath, I'm going to set it over the top and shape it down the edge, and if it stretches a little bit, that's awesome. I've got foil to cover. I had I don't know how you describe it other than a very strange accident. I had a bunch of leftover resin. I was really tired one night. I needed to go to sleep, and it was a stinky resin, so I took it out into the garage, and I thought I'll just leave it in there, let it cure up. Who knows what'll come out. It was in a cup like this, 9-ounce cup. I did not realize, because I put There was some leftover black and some leftover white. I mixed them together. I go out in the morning to see. And this is what I saw. I thought, what is that? And then I realized that thing had gotten so hot, it warped the bottom of that cup and it tipped over, but it was solid enough that it didn't come out, which I'm very happy about. But it's not coming out of here. It's fused with that plastic. So I thought, I looked at it and I thought, man, I could do something with that. Well, it's the perfect shape to drape congealed resin, not totally cured, and then set it on here and let it cure completely. But I think the resin might stick to this, so that's why I'm putting this over the top. I probably could just put mold release on it, but in order to do this one, I only have one of these. Only one of these wild, weird things. But I do have some light bulbs that I made. Wow, just fell out of my hand. And this one has blue bonnets in it. But it's the perfect shape if I use just the top. So I'm going to have these back over here, ready to go when it's time to drape. So set those back, bring this back. What I used here was Intense Chameleon Blue. Black resin doesn't cut it as far as coming out black. This will look really dark when I put a white resin over the top of this. So I'm going to mix up some resin. I'll be right back. Okay, I mixed some white paste and a little bit of pearl mica to add a little bit of shiny. A little over 2 ounces here. I don't want it real thick because I don't want it to crack if I get it too late and I start trying to form it. Let me get this tool and go around the edge. Everybody knows. Everybody knows the bubbles I've seen. Everybody knows my sorrows. Everybody knows the bubbles I've seen. Try and make me have some sorrow, and I shan't have sorrow, because I'm not gonna let the bubbles win. I hope. Okay, just let that sit and cure for about 30 minutes and then come back and test it out. Okay, I'll see you then. Been about an hour and this is still very flexible, but you can see it's coming out of the mold. So I'm going to take this one out. This is the Charlie Brown sheet. I think I'm gonna have to heat that up a little bit for it to droop over there, even though it is really thin. My idea is coming to fruition. Fruition, fruition, dum da da dum. Fruition, fruition, fruition. That's the wrong words, but I like it. It's kind of funny. These eyes are a little high on the head, but if I can stretch them out a little bit, give them. Okay, let me blow a little bit of hot air on there. Not that kind of hot air, sorry. Just trying to be silly. Sillyfying it. I went out walking the dog, and that's what's got me back a little bit later than I wanted. So, he did his business. Now I came back to do mine. Okay, I'll just let those finish curing and have some fun. Okay, I'll be back after a while. Everything is cured up. There's lid number 1 where I did the flakes. And this is the one that was, I had extra orange, so I just poured it in there. That one matches exactly. Look at the size of this one. Just a second, let me get one of the other ones so you can see the difference. Okay, you see the size of this one, right? There's the size. Quite a bit smaller. Great pumpkin, Charlie Brown. This is a regular pumpkin. And if you want that pumpkin to have a different top, there you go. Either way, looks really cool. Now, I had extra orange, so I made that lid, but I also made that orange. This thing's so big I can't get there. Made that little orange ducky. Made the Druzy Corgi. And I made the little pumpkin. So I've got 3 sizes of pumpkins here. This is by far the biggest. which is cool. Let me tell you the story. Linus told the story of the Great Pumpkin to Charlie Brown. I got Linus's blanket. Look how I did that. I did it the same way as I did the ghosts. I let this harden up a bit, and then I took it out of the, it was a square mold, took it out of the square and scrunched it up, and it stayed. And it looks like the blanket right next to the Great Pumpkin. And they designed their sheets and cut holes in them. I didn't cut holes, but it looks sort of like that. Whoops. And then Charlie's with way too many holes. Yeah, so there we have it. If I were going to have something favorite about Halloween, it would have to be Charlie Brown's Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown. So this is my homage, however you want to say it, to Charles Schulz. Yep. Oh, remember I put the flakes on the bottom? So, yep. A stray flake or two. So, yeah. Thank you to my subscribers. Thank you to people who just like following my stuff. If you just like watching my videos and stuff, that's awesome. But why don't you subscribe? It's free. And you can also then click the little bell. And anytime I put out something new, you never know what I'm going to do. This is too much fun. Yeah. Come back again next time. Get all my components from this pour. There we are. Ta-da! We'll see ya.